Hello, welcome. Good to be back on your screen, fellow Transformers. Yes, we are here again, Akosia and Dr. Boatemaa. Always doing our best to make sure that our journey to transformation goes on smoothly. As always, Dr. Awo Boatemaa Manson is here, our agent of transformation, guiding us through this journey so that we don't feel alone. Remember very well that last week we were talking about making resolutions, planning, and everything that we need to put in place before the next year begins. Today we have another interesting topic. Well, it is not so far or so different from what we discussed last week, but it's also something that's going to make sure that the journey goes on smoothly. Today we are talking about preparation. Preparation. Good to have you here, Dr. Boatemaa.
Glad to be here, Akosia.
Thank you so much for always availing yourself, coming on here to share with us. We do appreciate that.
It's a pleasure to have you on this journey.
Yeah, thank you. So last week we looked at so many things about making resolutions, planning, and a whole lot with regards to the coming year 2024. And today you want to talk to us about preparation. Yeah, so why preparation? What is preparation at all? And then why do we have to prepare?
Okay, thank you, Akosia. So let me start by saying from where we ended the last time, we're all looking at making our lives better. We are looking at improving our lives. We've looked at having the dream, breaking it down, allocating timelines, and all that. But then I also thought to myself, with all the plans, and I know many people are like me, waiting for that big breakthrough to come. But then when that breakthrough comes, how ready are you to handle it? That opportunity that you are waiting for, how ready are you to handle it? So that is where this whole idea is coming from. We have the big picture, we might have the steps that we want to take to get there, but then being ready for it is also another thing. Otherwise, you see, you spend all your time waiting and praying for that opportunity comes, but because you are ill prepared, it comes and then you mess up, or it comes and then you miss it because you did not have what it takes to grab it. So that is where this whole idea is coming from, looking at how we are going to help each other. We are all not there, we are all striving to be there. So you hold my hand, I hold your hand, we share ideas and see how we can best equip ourselves to get there.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting. So what are the areas that we need to look at, or what does preparation involve?
So preparation is the areas are specific to what you want to do. Okay. So it's just putting in place the requirement, knowing what you want to do, finding out what it takes to do it, making sure that you have the skills and the abilities it takes to successfully carry out what you want to do. So the nitty-gritties will be specific to the particular area that you are interested in. So today we'll just share the general idea and see how best you would need to identify for yourself the particular skills that you would need and how you can acquire those skills.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Just when you were talking, I was thinking about something. I was thinking about um when you have to be patient to wait for something, when you are waiting, and maybe you are spending all the waiting time complaining or wasting the time. So when you were talking, that is what drove to my mind as well. Instead of playing around or complaining whilst you are waiting or while you are expecting whatever you want, why don't you use that time to prepare yourself? So I think that this is crucial. This is something that we all have to be conscious about, that maybe I have the bigger picture ahead of me, as you said, but whilst I wait, or in the meantime,
Yeah,
what do I need to do?
yeah. It is said that these days it is the smart who are successful,
Mm,
so you've got to think smart. Like you
yeah.
said, I am waiting, nothing is happening now. And
Mm,
again, I need the skills for that particular thing I am waiting for. So why
yeah.
do I just sit and wait for it to happen when I don't even have the skill anyway? So you might as well get the skill so that when it happens, then you are well prepared to handle it.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting your energy just sitting idle waiting and then the temptation to complain. You might rather you are better off channeling your energy into something profitable that will help you to be successful at what you are hoping to get.
Wow. So where do we start from? Let's say I'm expecting something. Maybe I'm expecting a huge project, or how can I know in which areas I need to prepare, or how do I go about it at all?
Okay, so similarly to what we've talked about with the resolutions,
Mhm.
you know what you want to do. It's good you write it down and then you try and break it down. You need to research about it because you cannot want something that you do not know much about. Okay, so if it's a project you want, what particular project is it that you want? What is involved in that project? So you need to research. And these days, thanks to the power of internet, these are things that you can easily do. Even when you
Mm,
log onto these AI stuff and then you enter the project and you tell them skills required for this project, they will tell you. Okay. And if you are going to manage it, project management is one of the basic things. There are some specific things that might be required for the particular project. You find out some of those things, those that you can acquire. And for some of them, you don't even really need to pay. There are some of these soft skills that you can learn for free online. But some of them you need to pay. And hey, it's an investment. So even if you need to pay, you need to invest in yourself so that you are well equipped for it. If it's a big project and you don't know how to manage the project, let's say it lands on your laps, how sure are you that you're going to manage or you're going to execute it successfully? You might get the opportunity, all right, but in the end, it will be a failure and no one will then bring you anything again. But if you take the pain to invest in yourself and prepare yourself, then you know that what you get, you are ready to handle it well. And definitely, it is going to be a stepping stone for other good things to come to you. That is where the world is now. It takes the smart to succeed. You need to take advantage. Most of us have these resources at our end. And I usually say now you take a lot of young people, and even most of us, we buy data and we go to Facebook and we use all our data to watch people's feeds. We go to TikTok and stuff,
TikTok.
look at what people have. Yes, we watch, use our money to watch and people earn. Meanwhile, that same data, you could have used it to learn something online to have enhanced your skill. So
Mm,
once you know the particular thing you are interested in, you take time and research. You find out the skills that you need in order to be successful in that area or with that project. And then you start investing, you taking steps to acquire those skills. Yeah.
wow. One thing that I took from what you said was investing in ourselves. And I think that in this coming year, that is something that we all have to take seriously, investing in ourselves. I mean, just as you said, we go on the internet, we buy credit, or we use our data to watch other people, make sure that the other people get richer, whilst we get nothing apart from entertainment, which of course sometimes is okay, but we cannot spend all our time entertaining ourselves. So it's important that we invest in ourselves. There are so many free courses, as she said, but even if we need to pay to invest, we have to know that it is something that is going to benefit us in the near future. So you have to, I mean, starting from if you are watching us today and you haven't watched our previous videos, please, I would encourage you to watch. Have that plan that we talked about, break them down and see the areas or the different kind of preparations that you need to make. We are living in a competitive world now, and so if you have not equipped yourself well with I mean skills that you need to excel in an area, another person is doing that and so that person would be given the opportunity. So it's very, very crucial that we take this preparation, I mean, preparing ourselves seriously. Yeah. Doc,
You
Back to
said
you.
something that brought something I read a while back to mind. Years ago, I came across this thing, the definition of laziness. When you talked about entertainment, then it brought that to mind. So that person defined laziness as taking a rest even before you start doing the job. That is how. So when you've actually done the job and you are tired, then you deserve a rest. That is not
Yeah.
laziness. But then when you decide to rest first before you start the job, then they define it as laziness. So I am not going to try to define anything. I'm just trying to link it to what you are saying. Imagine when you've done something, you are tired and you are bored and you are entertaining yourself. It's understandable.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you entertain yourself without doing any job, well, I'll leave that to you to define. I'm not trying to define anything here. But that is it. I just
Yeah.
want to share. Yeah, sometimes investing now also I like I said, it takes a smart to be
Mhm.
successful.
Yeah.
Now that particular thing you are working towards, it might not even be hot cake. So even the cost of investing in yourself might be cheaper than waiting for the thing to become the in thing. And now everybody starts rushing for it. The demand is high, and even acquiring the skills becomes more expensive and all
Mm.
that. I just want to share my experience with you. I remember when I learned to drive. That was when I was doing my national service. It was my sister who pushed me to learn to drive. She was like, "Hey, you are doing service, you have all this time at your hand. Why don't you take advantage of it?" So I went to the driving school, learned how to drive. I didn't have any car. I learned how to drive and I got the driver's license. I never moved any car after I got the license. For 10 years, I had never driven any car until the time came that I needed a car. And you know what? When I got the car and I could now use my driver's license, the cost of acquiring the license was about 3 or 4 times what I paid at the time to learn to drive. So when I got the car, I just needed to do a refresher for a few weeks because I already had the license and then I was on the road. But then if I didn't have the license, look at the amount that I had to pay at that time and then the time I had to invest in learning to drive. But because I
Yeah.
had the skill, when the opportunity came, when I got the car, I could just move straight onto it. So sometimes that is it, yes. Sometimes it's about having the vision. You might not even know where you are going now, but it's
Mhm.
something you have in the future. When you have the time and the resources at your hand, take advantage. Once
Exactly.
you get the skill, you don't lose it. So take advantage, especially if you are looking for a job and all that. Find out the job that you are seeking for. What are some of the top skills? It's not just about
Mm.
the certificate you have from your school. It is
Mhm.
the other things that add on. Because there are so many people competing for that same job who have the same qualification. But it is
Yeah.
the other things that they can do that,
Mm.
that will land them the job. So you might not have the job now, but take opportunity and learn those other things. It builds your CV.
Exactly.
It builds your confidence as well. It prepares you. For some of us, you are in a different country and even getting the job because you can't even speak the language, you are not getting the job that you want. It might
Yeah.
need taking a few courses in the new language, building yourself well so that you'll be able to move towards the professional level that you want to. Some of us, it's about career advancement. You want
Yeah.
promotion, you go and you are not getting it. You are frustrated and you sit down and you keep complaining. But it takes a few things. Research, this is the rank you want. What are the skills required for that rank? Find out about it and see how best you can build yourself, what you need to learn so that you equip yourself well for that particular rank that you are hoping for. Some of us, there's opportunities you are looking for projects, writing grants. Meanwhile, you
Mm.
don't even know how to write a grant. You might need to start preparing by taking courses on grant writing, seeing what it requires to put together your team and all that. You build it in readiness so that when you find a call, you just drop it in and then you are assured that you may get it. So that is what we are saying today. We have the dreams, we have the aspirations, we are waiting for that breakthrough. But then until that breakthrough happens, until it is time for it to come, we also try to put in place measures that will help you be successful when the time is up for that breakthrough to become a reality.
Wow, this is great. It is all about being proactive, and I also have an experience. Well, mine is a negative one about not being prepared and not being proactive. When I completed my bachelor's, I applied Well, initially I didn't have the intention to travel. So acquiring a passport or something I never actually thought of doing. And when I was doing my national service, I applied for a school in South Africa without the hope of getting it. I just applied for applying sick. It was one of those things. I was trying my luck. Or I wasn't accepted in South Africa. I was actually sent to Cameroon. And actually, I had forgotten that I had applied for this school. I was just in town one time and the school called me. They said, "Have you checked your email? We sent you a mail about 2 weeks ago that you need to come. We've accepted you." I, I just needed to accept. At that time, I didn't even have a passport. So school is starting the following week because I was not even reading my email. So when they sent me the email, I didn't see it. And the time has passed and all that. I needed to go. I didn't have a passport. And I had to spend about 10 times because that was in 2013 or so. I had to spend about 5 times the money or the amount I needed to acquire a passport to be able to get a passport in 3 days. This is someone who has applied for school. So if I were proactive enough, if I was preparing towards this goal, I wouldn't have stayed without a passport. I would have,
Yeah.
acquired the passport ahead of time. So yes. Sometimes, well, you could save a lot, or you could also you could be at a very important
Yeah.
position if you prepare
You know,
ahead
it
of
sounds funny, but that is what most of us do.
time.
That is what most of us tend to do.
Yeah.
We are
You want
excited, we are in anticipation, waiting for that big thing to happen, but then we never really prepare enough.
enough. Yeah. So when if you know where you are going, that's why we said last week that we need to have a plan and all that. If you know where we are going, try to seek for information. Try to do your homework to know the things that will take you there, the skills that you need, whatever you need to get to where you want to go, and then start from today. Prepare towards that so that when the opportunity drops, you know that you are ready for that. It looks like we have lost Doc, but hopefully she will join us soon. If you are just tuning in, we are talking about preparation. We've said a lot last week about planning our year, etc. But then after planning or after identifying where you are going, what's next? What do you need to do to get to that point? Even before that, whatever you are expecting comes, what do you need to do? You need to prepare yourself. We cannot tell you how to prepare because we don't know where you want to go. But once you know where you are going, make the effort to find out what will take you there, the requirements, the skills, whatever you need to get there. Make sure that you do that homework so that when the time comes or when the opportunity drops, you would be ready for it. So now, Doc, what would be your final words?
Okay, so Akosia, as we are preparing for the new year, I know we all have big dreams, we have big plans, but then it is often said that success is assured when opportunity meets preparation. So once we are waiting for the opportunity to happen, let's prepare ourselves well so that when they do meet, then we are assured of success. Let's not just build castles in the air. Let us take steps to work towards the dream, work at making that dream a reality. And I know as we do our best and with God on our side, we'll definitely chalk some successes. And next year, by this time, we'll be sharing testimonies. So I wish you well with your preparation. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doc. Remember, success is assured when opportunity comes to meet preparation. So stay prepared and see you next week. Bye.